that Pedri goal, he stops the time another time. Like, what does this player have? It's like a kind of magic.
Yes, it's an unbelievable player. He controlled the space and time really well. The timing, he commit really well to defenders. So amazing performance. Not only the goal, he make the difference for the team, but the game that he play and all the team, how we work in defense, how we press high, how we press on loose. Amazing game from our part.
The unbelievable rise of Pedri, Barcelona's new Maestro. In a sport filled with superstars, record-breaking transfers, and overhyped prospects, it's rare to witness a player who lets his feet do the talking. No flashy social media stunts, no million-dollar PR campaigns, just pure, undeniable talent. From the quiet corners of Tenerife to the grand stage of Camp Nou, a teenage boy named Pedri rose through the ranks with the grace of a veteran and the vision of a genius. While the football world was busy chasing the next big name, Barcelona had already found their future in a humble midfielder who plays like a symphony in motion. This is not just a story of talent, it's a story of timing, resilience, and the rebirth of a footballing philosophy. This is the unbelievable rise of Pedri, Barcelona's new Maestro. But before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on our upcoming videos. Now, let's get started. From the Canary Islands to Camp Nou. In the quiet town of Tigest in Tenerife, far from the roaring crowds of Europe's biggest stadiums, a footballing genius was taking shape. Born on November 25, 2002, Pedri González Lopes, known worldwide simply as Pedri, wasn't raised in the spotlight. There were no youth academies with million-euro investments tracking his every move. Instead, Pedri learned the game in dusty pitches, guided by a family obsessed with football and grounded in humility. Pedri's grandfather founded the local FC Barcelona fan club in Tenerife, planting the first seeds of a blaugrana dream in the young boy's heart. Little did anyone know that this child, who used to mimic Andres Iniesta while kicking a ball barefoot on the streets, would one day be hailed as his successor. Pedri's journey wasn't paved with hype or media attention. With Las Palmas, where the spark ignited. It was at UD Las Palmas where the football world caught its first proper glimpse of Pedri's brilliance. In 2019, at just 16 years old, Pedri signed his first professional contract. The Segunda Division is known for its physicality and unforgiving style of play, yet Pedri thrived. Under coach Pep Mel, he was given freedom to roam, create, and learn. It wasn't just his silky passing or dazzling vision that impressed. It was the maturity beyond his years, the calmness under pressure, and his tireless work ethic. In his debut season, Pedri played 36 games and quickly became Las Palmas' youngest goal scorer in history. Scouts from across Europe started circling, but one club had already made their move: Barcelona's perfect gamble. In September 2019, FC Barcelona secured Pedri's transfer for just €5 million, a fee that now looks like one of the greatest bargains in modern football. He officially joined the team in the summer of 2020, during one of the most chaotic periods in Barca's history. Messi was on his way out, the club was drowning in debt, and fans feared the golden era was over. Yet, amid all the noise, a teenager from Tenerife quietly stepped onto the biggest stage in football. What followed was nothing short of astonishing. Debut season magic. Pedri didn't just adapt, he dominated. Within months, he was a regular starter under Ronald Koeman. In a team filled with uncertainty, Pedri became a symbol of hope. His touch was reminiscent of Xavi, his awareness mirrored Iniesta, and his composure matched legends twice his age. He read the game like a veteran, threading impossible passes through narrow channels and making space in congested midfields with a single feint or flick. That season, Pedri played 52 matches for Barcelona, more than any other player in Europe. He also helped guide Spain to the semi-finals of the Euro 2020, where he was voted Young Player of the tournament. Just weeks later, he flew to Tokyo and helped Spain secure silver at the Olympics. It was a physically brutal stretch, but Pedri never complained. He played over 70 games in one season, a number almost unheard of for a teenager. The world was officially introduced to the new Maestro of Spanish football. Comparisons to Iniesta and Xavi, earned, not given. Comparisons in football can be dangerous, but when people watched Pedri glide across the pitch with elegance and intelligence, it was hard not to think of Barcelona's legendary midfielders. Andres Iniesta himself acknowledged Pedri's potential, praising his vision and humility. Xavi, who would later become Pedri's coach, saw in him the essence of Barcelona's tiki-taka short passing, spatial awareness, and unselfish brilliance. Pedri isn't flashy in the traditional sense. He doesn't rely on fancy tricks or viral moments. His style is subtle, cerebral, and poetic. He creates space where there is none, always one step ahead in thought and movement. What sets Pedri apart isn't just what he does with the ball, it's what he makes others around him do. Like all great playmakers, he elevates the game of everyone on the pitch. The injury setbacks, a true test of character. No fairy tale is without its hurdles. After his worldwide debut season, Pedri's body began to feel the effects of the relentless calendar. Injuries plagued him throughout the 2021-22 campaign. Hamstring troubles kept him sidelined for long spells, and doubts began to creep in. Was he overplayed too soon? Was Barcelona risking another young talent? But true greatness lies not just in moments of success, but in how a player responds to adversity. Pedri returned stronger, more determined, and smarter. He focused on strength training, rest, and understanding his limits. Under Xavi's guidance, Pedri learned how to manage his tempo, conserve energy, and influence matches even when not touching the ball every few seconds. Rebuilding Barcelona around a prodigy. As Barcelona sought to rebuild after Messi's departure, they needed a new identity. Instead of chasing superstar transfers, the club began to look inward, and Pedri became the cornerstone of that vision. Alongside other young stars like Xavi, Ansu Fati, and Ronald Araujo, Pedri represented not just talent, but the core philosophy of La Masia: intelligence, humility, and unity. Even though Pedri wasn't a La Masia product, he embodied its values more than many academy graduates. His understanding of space, his connection with teammates, and his instinctive decision-making made him the heart of Xavi's new Barcelona. In games where Barca struggled to break defensive lines, Pedri was often the one to unlock the puzzle. His goals weren't frequent, but they were usually vital. A calm finish here, a late winner, they're always decisive, never desperate. Trophies, recognition, and global stardom. By 2023, Pedri had already collected the Golden Boy Award and Copa Trophy, cementing his place among the world's best young talents. He was on the Ballon d'Or watch lists and routinely featured in FIFA's Team of the Year discussions. In the Liga, no midfielder touched the ball as intelligently or with as much influence. Opponents began to double-mark him, analysts tried to decode his style, and fans across the world wore his name on their jerseys. Yet, Pedri remained unchanged, soft-spoken, grateful, and entirely focused on football. In the 2022-23 season, Barcelona lifted the La Liga trophy. It wasn't just a win, it was a statement. The post-Messi era had found its voice, and Pedri was its conductor. He wasn't the flashiest player, nor the most marketed, but he was the soul of the team, the thread that connected defense to attack, the one who turned routine passes into rhythm. Spain's new general. Beyond club football, Pedri has become the heartbeat of the Spanish national team. Under Luis Enrique, and now Luis de la Fuente, he's central to La Roa's revival. Spain, once criticized for lacking creativity, now builds its midfield around him. His connection with Xavi, a fellow Barca teammate, mirrors the legendary Xavi-Iniesta axis. Together, they don't just represent the future, they are the present. Pedri doesn't just play the game, he defines it. With every touch, he reminds the world that football is not just about goals or statistics. It's about the beauty of timing, the art of vision, and the elegance of control. He plays like a composer writing music with his feet, dictating tempo, mood, and flow. More than just a footballer. Off the pitch, Pedri is a role model. He avoids scandals, stays out of controversies, and chooses humility over fame. In a football world often distracted by egos and endorsements, Pedri is refreshingly grounded. He gives credit to his teammates, listens more than he speaks, and lets his game do the talking. He has also remained closely connected to his roots in the Canary Islands, frequently visiting his hometown and staying in touch with the people who shaped his journey. In a world where young stars often lose their way under the pressure of stardom, Pedri serves as proof that character is just as important as talent. If Pedri's incredible story inspired you, make sure to share this video with fellow football lovers. And if you're as excited as we are to watch the next chapter of Barcelona's new Maestro, don't forget to follow us for more deep dives into the world of football legends past, present, and future.